do this first today. I want to get that electrician out of the way because I know if I don't, I'm going to get distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff. And then I'm going to be like, oh, wait, I forgot to do my fat electrician video because he just put this out. And then I'm going to be waiting like 2 weeks because I'll keep forgetting and putting it off. So we're going to do the fat electrician, specifically Fat Files. The gym that doesn't want you there, Planet Fitness. Oh boy, Nick's about to rip apart Planet Fitness. I was thinking about signing up for them. I'm afraid. All right, let's just get into this.
Went to run some errands with my wife the other day, and one of her errands was to go into this new gym in town and get a membership because they had like tanning beds or massage beds or something that she wanted to use. And we went in, and immediately nothing made any sense whatsoever, and I rapidly became convinced that they were up to something. And I'm going to figure out what it is. Today,
If Nick feels like you're up to something, if you walked into your establishment and he feels like you're up to something, there's going to be a binder about you. I'm sorry. There's just going to be a binder about you, and you're just going to have to suffer the consequence. Or the really cool exposure. Doesn't it can go either way.
we're talking about Planet Fitness, okay? We all know what Planet Fitness is. We've all seen the memes on the internet. I'm not going to waste time with the big intro. We're going to get the ad out of the way, and then I'm going to be unhinged the entire time. Let's get to the ad.
I gotta move. You're watching. Rule 3. We already watched Hero. What's up? So I have to showcase Nick's kid is adorable.
Delete me.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You had to go to school and pay for my school.
Oh, if I say delete me, if you say delete me, I'll pay for your school.
Yep.
I know,
Awesome.
so cute.
Good job.
Aww.
Finally. All right, you guys know the deal. Delete me. Online subscription model.
All
You give
right,
them
come
money
back
every
over
month. They
here.
Turn around and make sure that data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does this actually do in practice? It gets rid of your personal info, isn't just floating around the internet for anybody to be able to buy for a couple of bucks. Okay, I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing. I don't want to give Delete Me all my personal information.
I do have to say this again. I will always advocate for Delete Me. I actually use them. Please use them, guys. They're awesome. Yeah, no, Hero. I'm gonna be very I'll be standing at attention for a good little bit after that Godzilla teaser. The fact that it was a teaser is still just so much information yet so little.
Either. I'm trying to get my personal information off the internet. Why would I give it to an internet company? You don't really have to give them your personal information. It's honestly kind of creepy. I gave them my name and my email address, and that was it. They came back to me a couple days later and was like, is this your address or one of your previous addresses? It was. Is this your mom's full name? Uh-huh. Is that your dad's full name? Uh-huh. Are you related to this person? Did you go to this high school? They knew everything about me and knew exactly who I was just by me giving them my name and my email. All I had to do was answer a couple of yes or no questions as to whether or not that was in fact me, which it was, at which point they're like, cool, go ahead, pay for our subscription service. We'll go to all the data brokers where we found this information and force them to delete it. And as long as you keep being a paying member, they will continue to monitor all these data brokers for your personal information. And if these data brokers do acquire it again, they will force them to delete it again. In my opinion, it's definitely worth it. I've been using them since before they were paying me to talk about them, and I'm going to keep using them after they quit paying me to talk about them. If you want to give it a try, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, so here's what happened. I took my wife into Planet Fitness. We walk in immediately. I'm drawn to the fact that everything's
Again, everyone, go check out Delete Me if you're ever worried about your personal information or you're done with spam callers and getting those spam emails. They do great work. You just have to log in every once in a while and check a few more things, answer a few more questions because people are always trying to get information. So definitely check them out. I highly recommend them. I've been using them for now 2 years, and I'm okay spending the money I'm spending for it. So, and if you want to get your family on it, you can get a family plan. which is actually really cool. So you can get everyone else protected too around you. It's great. Anyways, back to Nick getting ready to dogpile onto Planet Fitness.
Hideous. It's Barney purple. It literally looks like the engineer from the McDonald's play place made a gym. So immediately
Sorry, I missed some of that. What?
it's Barney purple. It literally looks like the engineer from the McDonald's play place made a gym. So immediately in my head, I'm like, why on earth would you do this? And I'm like, oh, they probably bought it because nobody else was buying the Barney purple gym equipment. They probably got a really good deal on it at a steep discount, and that's why the membership's so cheap. That makes sense. Okay, moving on. Then I see like the 6-foot tall poster on the wall of all the rules for the gym, and
No dropping weights, no grunting, no deadlifts, no powerlifting, no string tank tops, no work boots, no gym bags on floor, no gallon jugs in the gym, no overnight lockers, no jeans, no sandals, no cell phones, no personal gym equipment. Are we? Never mind.
like some of them are like fine, like, you know, no grunting, which, you know, a little bit of grunting, fine. But if you're like screaming, obviously being annoying, I can see where that's an issue. No dropping the weights. Again, you drop a little bit of weight, not a big deal. You drop 600 pounds that you can barely lift. Yeah, you're being a dickhead. Like, I get that, but the rules get progressively more insane. Like, no bringing personal gym equipment. Like, I can't bring a jump rope to the gym. What are we talking about? No powerlifting. Again, what's the definition of powerlifting to these people? Because if you're not grunting and you're not dropping the weight, what's the issue with moving a lot of weight? Don't really understand. No 1-gallon jugs of water. What? Why do you care what I'm carrying water around in?
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
At this point, I become convinced that this is just an ugly-ass gym.
Yeah, no, that no gallon jugs. Literally, you're going to a gym. You need to stay hydrated the entire time because you're going to be burning. You're going to be sweating. You're going to be dehydrating because you're working out.
It's being run by somebody that runs an HOA as well. It's just somebody that's micromanaging the shit out of everybody else on the planet for no fucking reason. And then the kicker, no tank tops. Obviously, I'm out. I'm not going to a gym that doesn't support the Second Amendment, but you know, whatever. This isn't for me. My wife wants to go here. I don't have to go here. It's fine. She can get the membership to use the tanning bed.
Nick, that is such a dad joke.
Whatever. So after the tour, she goes, she fills out the paperwork, she, you know, checks the little box yes to agree to the contract, and then she hands the paperwork back to the clerk, and the clerk is like, okay, now we just need a blank check. And I'm like, I'm gonna pay with a credit card instead, and then you can just keep the credit card on file, like, I don't know, every other business on the planet. At which point the clerk informs me, we don't take credit cards, we have to have a blank check. It's the only way we'll accept your membership. That's our policy.
Nope. That's an immediate no. Okay, cool. That they're golden there. I love now. Sorry, you want a what? Hey, if you have checks, good on you, because not a lot of people keep those around. I do, but that's because I can just get checks whenever from my bank. I don't use them very often. Don't need to. B, no, you don't get a blank check. You get a voided. You can have a voided check. Can't get a blank check from me. Blank check is just asking for someone to do something nefarious and take my whatever I have in my account. Voided check you can't use because in that aspect, you can use stuff for like the routing number and everything, so you can connect to the bank, but you can't use the check. That's just that's
What year is it?
Okay, immediately, I know what the issue is. I know why this policy exists because I'm part owner of Pepperbox TV, which is a subscription-based streaming service. This is also a subscription-based business, and one of the biggest loss of subscriptions is when people like lose their credit card or debit card and then they forget to resubscribe to your service, and that's how you lose a bunch of subscriptions. They're trying to avoid that by getting direct access to your bank account because at the bottom of every check is your routing number and your checking account number. Okay, that makes sense. Pretty smart. The
Makes
reason
sense, yeah.
I don't do it and most other subscription services don't do it is because it's kind kind of a big ask from the customer to be like, hey, just give me all your banking information with direct access to your bank account and I'll be responsible with it, which is an even bigger ask when you're running a gym where everything is Barney purple.
Bro, what the fuck you mean, dog?
So obviously,
All right. Never thought I'd hear Barney say that.
I don't want to give them direct access to my bank account, but I want to be able to get this gym membership for my wife, so I offer a compromise, which is like, hey, I'm not going to give you access to my bank account, but I will pay for the entire 1-year membership up front right now, and we can just be done with it. Just take the cash. That's what you're after, right? Businesses are trying to make money. And the clerk is like, no, we have to have a blank check.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, red alarms all over my head, like, you have to have my banking information.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, this entire time I was under the impression you guys were trying to get money, but apparently you're not trying to get money because I'm offering you money and you're saying, no, we won't accept that. We'll only accept your banking information. So you're not trying to get money. You're trying to get my personal banking information, which sounds like a fucking scam. I've got to figure out what's going on.
Hold.
Yeah, y'all you done fucked up, Forrest. Done fucked up, Aaron. That's. I'm so glad I've never gone to Planet Fitness because, yeah, no. I see so many issues in that, and wasn't like Planet Fitness in like litigation, like recently because of like cancellation process or something like that, or like they're in trouble because they make things impossible to do or something. I'm pretty sure Nick's gonna bring it up. I'm floored by that entire. You don't need that information, guys. You don't.
Okay, so we leave, we go home, I start looking into it, nothing makes any sense. I knew Planet Fitness was big, but they are massive. They're way bigger than I would have ever thought. This company is valued at $7 billion, and they made $1.3 billion last year. Okay, but that's not the issue in that of itself. It's a big company. Yeah, like whatever, that's fine. But here's the kicker. They only have 2,722 locations, which is a lot, but it's not a lot when you realize they have 21 million members. That's more than 7,500 members per location. That shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, that's not possible. And I've never seen a Planet Fitness like full to the brim, you know, like every machine being used and everything. I've never seen that ever in a Planet Fitness, even with like all the videos and everything. It's like almost always empty. That I have alarms going off in my head about that.
Doesn't add up.
Okay, this is a 20,000 square foot facility, which has a maximum capacity of 200. And maximum capacity isn't defined by this is how many people can be working out in the gym at one time efficiently. No, maximum capacity is determined by the fire marshal with like, how many motherfuckers can we fit in this room without people dying in a fire trying to rush out? So at 7,500 members, if 1% of your members show up at any given time, which seems pretty likely, you're telling me that every piece of equipment in the gym would be taken up. And if 3 to 5% show up, there'd be so many people crammed in this gym that it would create a fire hazard, and somehow you're just operating away. And when I was in there in person, there was like 4 people there. What is going on? So I start scouring the internet like I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Obviously, whatever they're doing is genius because they're making $1 billion a year on gym memberships that seemingly nobody's using. And then it dawns on me, oh, they sell gym memberships but don't actually want you to use the gym. It's genius. It defies all business 101 logic, but in this one particular instance, it's absolutely genius, right? Business 101, give the customer what they want. Every other gym on the planet has been...
Yeah, people want ice cream, you give them ice cream. Randomly had to sneeze there, sorry. But yeah, they want ice cream, you give them ice cream. They want pizza, you give them pizza. You know, you build a business to get people into it to sell them the product that they are after. You know, it's the entire sales process of, you know, you can tell if a business is good at selling or not by like essentially how the interview goes, where someone sits and goes, "Sell me this pin." I shouldn't have to sell you that pin. That's your pin. Why do you need another pin? Thank you, Siki. If they're worried about you being able to sell them a pin, no, I'm not going to sell you that pin. You want me to sell you a car? Okay, let's go to the show floor. Let me sell you a car. But I'm not going to sell you a pin when you already have a pin. Why do you need another pin? And it's just a big pin. Buy that for 50 cents down at Office Depot, type thing. So they're essentially doing we're going to sell you the pin, but not give you the pin, which is strangely genius.
Built with, I'm building a gym, I'm gonna build a gym for people that go to the gym so they give me money. Planet Fitness didn't say that. Planet Fitness said, I'm gonna build a gym and find people to pay for it and then convince them not to use it. Because when you zoom out, what is a gym selling? A gym isn't selling an experience, a gym isn't selling a good time. Nobody goes to the gym because they like going to the gym because it's fun.
Wrong.
Buh, I know the comments are going to disagree, but ultimately, nobody starts working out because they're like, I just really want to pick something heavy up and put it down. No, you work out because you want to be in shape and fit and look good, and that is something that pretty much everybody wants to do. Buh, that's not true. Some people enjoy being in a bigger body. Buh. Shut the fuck up, that is not true. I know it's not true because every pop star in the past decade that made their entire career on being big, but they're still hot and sexy, the millisecond Ozempic, aka the vaccine for being fat, came out, they all got on it, lost 100 pounds, and now their Instagram is full of nothing but them working out at the gym 24/7. That's a fucking lie.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
And whoever runs Planet Fitness correctly saw this because they went, oh.
Dragon Crystal. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Sorry, we're just going over Planet Fitness, and I am getting called out again on Twitter for Roboticus is calling me out again. I do it to myself, chat. I really do.
Our niche isn't meatheads that are in the gym all the time that are jacked and really big and strong. Our niche is everybody. But that 1% of the population that's already, yoked up meatheads that are lifting in the gym all the time, they're already having their needs met by other gyms. So rather than opening up a gym and trying to compete for that 1%, what if we just opened up a gym and tried to take the other 99%? It's brilliant. Which raises the question, how do you market to these people? Because there's obviously a reason these people aren't going to the gym. We got to figure out what that reason is. And the biggest reason is they're in.
Oh, okay. Big Godzilla fan. Nice, Dragon. Nice. Yeah, you can check it out. I'll also have it up on my YouTube. It will be up actually next week. Does this command still work correctly? Yep, right there. That YouTube right there. You can check out the YouTube. Don't worry about the Souls channel. The Souls channel is going to get stuff going soon-ish. TM, hi. Maybe. We'll see. I've got too much on my plate.
Intimidated or they don't know what to do. They've never worked out in their life. They walk into a gym, they see a bunch of big tattooed strong guys lifting up heavy weights, banging shit around, being loud. They get intimidated. They think this isn't the place for me. If I try to do what they're doing, I'm gonna look weak. I'm gonna look stupid. They're gonna have negative thoughts about me. Everybody's gonna be judging me, which is 99% of the time.
Also, thinking about it, I think I'm going to go through some of the Godzilla games, but I gotta get them working right, so I gotta get a copy of Godzilla on the PS4 again. It's too expensive nowadays. Ridiculously expensive. Anyways, back to Planet Fitness and them stealing people's money, apparently.
Ridiculous. People at the gym will absolutely help you. The biggest, strongest dude in that gym is probably the nicest guy on the planet, but it's not the vibe they give off, so a lot of people get intimidated. And that is absolutely true. I've been coaching jujitsu for years and years, and I can't tell you the amount of people that tell me, I really want to try jujitsu, but I need to get in shape first. The people that think they need to get in shape before they go to the gym is insane.
No.
It's counterintuitive. Like, you go to the gym to get in shape. You don't have to get in shape to go to the gym, but
I'm also going to state this. If you're ever feeling like you're out of shape or anything, like I do, I'm not going to the gym right now, but I do exercises at home, things that can help out to get endurance back up and kind of get my body back to a area I would like it to be. But if you ever really want to start getting into shape quickly and learn skill as well, join martial arts, because they're going to look at you and go, you're big, but we can work with it. And as you train, as you continue going and learning, especially like something like Brazilian jiu-jitsu, stuff like that, your body is naturally going to lose weight and build muscle in a way that you're not used to. And it's going to be good. You're going to be sore for the first few months while learning, but after a bit, it's just all going to work out. Furthermore, after that, that's when you can go, oh, now I can go to the gym and tone out. I can really tone and define my muscles. You're looking at doing that. So it's always a good thing to do. Just saying.
that's what people think.
Spare me.
So Planet Fitness is like, okay, the big scary gym dudes are scaring off all the normal people. What do we do about that? I know. We'll discriminate against the big scary meatheads. Okay, how do you discriminate against a group of people? Step one, you gotta have a good slur, right?
Yes, we do.
You gotta have a catchy derogatory term to describe these people, so we're gonna invent one. What are these meathead guys? Well, they're hunks, but also they're lame because they're scaring everybody. We're gonna call them lunks, and then we're gonna get the lunk alarm, which is a big red fucking siren that'll go off in the gym if anybody's being a douchebag or lifting heavy weight, and that'll discriminate against these guys so they don't wanna work out there.
You're right, that's a lot less annoying than grunting.
Then we're gonna run this gym like it's an HO.
All the alarms going off. He's like, correct. Grunting's so much worse than blaring alarm in my ear, just sounding like my ears are about to bleed. Yeah, totally so much better. God, Planet Fitness is
away. We're going to have a little bit of redlining, if you will. We're going to institute a bunch of policies that directly target these people to let them know they're not welcome. What are they doing? They're walking around drinking water out of a gallon jug. No gallon jugs. They're wearing tank tops, showing off how big their arms are. No tank tops. What are they doing? They're dropping weights. They're lifting heavy things. They're grunting. They're being loud because they're actually working out. Not allowed.
Believe it or not, jail.
And then they had a diabolical...
Wait, hold on. That's seriously...
arms are no tank tops. What are they doing? They're dropping weights, they're lifting heavy things, they're grunting, they're being loud because they're actually working out.
That, like, I know who that is. I can't remember his name right now. But that wasn't even loud. That wasn't even that loud. That was pretty, like, that's kind of like normal sound when you put weight down, especially if you're doing a heavy lift. He didn't drop it, he didn't slam it down or anything. No, this isn't Arnold. This is, I want to say Sam something. His first name's Sam. He's a power lifter. He's a big dude. He's cool. He's really cool, but he's a big dude. Like, you're like, oh geez, but he's probably like, he talks about people who like go to gyms and everything. He's like, there's like some really big guy, like I'm starting to work, and he was the entire time for the first 3 months of the guy's journey was like, you got this, keep at it, blah blah. And then like the guy, I don't know, you got this, dude, you've totally got this. I know it's rough, I know it's hard, I know you feel subconscious about how big you are, and you're going there and you feel like everyone's watching you. We're watching you because we're impressed that you're doing something good for yourself. And he's always encouraged, to the point that I think after a little bit he made it out and started helping him work out more. And the guy lost like, went from like 438 pounds down to like 2 something in like the matter of a year. So it's like, it's an amazing thing. Like, he does amazing work. He really does. He's an awesome person.
Not allowed.
Believe it or not, jail.
And then they had a diabolical stroke of genius, and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to get rid of free weights altogether. Planet Fitness is just going to have cardio machines and then weight machines with cables. No free weights whatsoever.
Aside from dumbbells, it does say aside from dumbbells, which if they had gotten away with the dumbbells, that would have killed them, because dumbbells are good for individual, because you need them to do individual reps in certain things.
And then we're going to paint everything Barney purple. That way, if any meathead does try to go into Planet Fitness and wants to film shit for their Instagram where they're flexing in the mirror or whatever, it's going to get ruined by this Barney purple equipment. And then everybody's going to know that they're working out at Planet Fitness, which is going to have a negative stigma in the meathead community anyways, which is going to further keep these people out. Then we're going to blast our marketing out as no gym intimidation at Planet Fitness, and a bunch of people are going to flock to it. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why they have 20 million members. It's literally
That's again, and Nick even stated, the biggest guys out there, like, if you ever go to a gym, if you ever feel subconscious, go to a gym and you see those big, like, super big guys that are like, "Hurr," and dropping the weights and just blah blah blah, and you feel subconscious because, like, I can't do that. You're going to realize when you start working out, they're gonna be like, yo, hey, mind if I show you some tips? Let me get you some pointers. Hey, do you got a spotter for this? Let me help you out. They are going to be the nicest people out there. There's like a 1% that are the complete dumbasses that ruin it, but 99% of them are like the nicest people on the face of this earth. They are like, here, let me help you out. Oh, hey, you're trying to do this? Yeah, let me show you this. Let me show you this. And you don't have a lot of strength. Let's work on that. Let's start getting you up to where you can do things like this. Let me show you how you can do this. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me show you these things to help you. Oh yeah, you're doing this. Let's help you get this form right. Yeah, this sucks. It hurts. Blah blah. Let's do a couple of reps. Rest. You don't want me? No. Your body needs to rest between these, because if you keep pushing it, you're not going to. They're the nicest and most knowledgeable and best people to literally go work out with. They really are.
an entire business
Sorry, I got on a
model built
tirade.
on discrimination, and to be honest with you, I think it's kind of funny.
This is our stretching area.
I lift things up.
So not only does this discrimination tactic get them a ton of new subscriptions, it also saves them a ton of money, because you know who ruins and breaks all the gym equipment? The big meatheads that are in there trying to break their new record, lifting more weight than they actually should be, dropping shit and ruining equipment. And guess who's not at that gym dropping and ruining equipment? All the meatheads. So now...
That's a fair point there. I'll give that point. For people that aren't breaking, that would normally break the equipment, aren't breaking the equipment because they're not there. So it's saving Planet Fitness a lot of money because they're not, their equipment's not breaking as often. I'll give them that. That's smart. Save some money.
They have a longer life on all of their equipment, so they're actually making more money per member. Okay, but I know what you're thinking. Anybody could become a meathead. All you got to do is go to the gym, put in hard work for a sustained period of time, and then eventually you're going to be a jacked gym person too. Their own members are going to be turning into meatheads, which ruins the entire strategy. Unless we guarantee that nobody becomes a meathead or nobody keeps lifting at the gym for a sustained period of time. And how are we going to do that? We're going to give away free fucking pizza.
Add 3 pounds to the scales in the women's locker room before you go home.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That's just diabolical. That's so diabolical.
the gym for a period of time was known for giving out free pizza to its members. I think they quit doing it during COVID, but the entire strategy is just fucking diabolical. Like, I get a new person coming in here, they're trying to lose weight, they're trying to be in shape, they do a hard workout, they feel like they've accomplished something, and then they walk by freshly baked pizza and they're like, you know what? I did work hard. I'm gonna go ahead and have a slice. And then they just undo all the hard fucking work they did, so they never gain any progress, ensuring
Wait, no, wait, hold on. What? Wait.
Slice, and then they just undo all the hard fucking work.
The man is eating a slice of pizza while working out. You can't make that up. The man is working out while eating a slice of pizza. Oh my god.
They did, so they never gain any progress, ensuring that A, they never become a jacked gym person, or B, they don't see any progress over the course of months and months, and they get discouraged and they quit. Which is the ultimate goal, because the only way you make gym equipment last longer than banning the meatheads is by banning everybody. If the gym equipment never gets used, it can't get worn out. Fucking science.
Get on the scale.
You forgot about the pizza? Yeah.
Get off the scale.
So that's our product. That's what Planet Fitness is. Planet Fitness is a gym specifically designed for people that don't go to the gym. Okay, that's fine. It's obviously making a lot of money, but this doesn't answer the question, why the fuck do you need my banking information? Well, because you know who cancels their gym memberships? People that don't go to the fucking gym that are paying a gym membership.
That's true. Partially why I haven't started going to a gym, because then I'd have to pay for a gym membership. And then I'd eventually be like, oh, I'm not hitting the gym enough. I'm just going to cancel. I'm really glad I decided not to do Planet Fitness.
We're fat and we're broke.
So now we get to the root of the problem. How do you keep somebody subscribed and paying for a service that they're probably not actually using? Well, you make it super cheap and hope they forget about it. And that's why Planet Fitness is like the cheapest gym out there. It's $15 a month. Or if you want their extra fancy card, it's $25 a month, their black card that allows you to have like access to the tanning beds and the massage beds and a bunch of other stuff. And then you can also go to any Planet Fitness in the country, and you're allowed to bring a friend with you every time you go for free. Hey, that's the plan. Super cheap. They forget they have a gym membership. They
Makes
keep
sense.
paying us. They don't come in. They don't use our equipment. Everything goes great. Next problem, if they forget they even have a gym membership, when that 1-year contract elapses, they're obviously not going to renew it because they forgot they had it. Now we bought ourselves
You're
12
good,
months,
Kirito.
but what are we going to do in 12 months when we lose all our members? Well, we're going to write it into the contract when they first come in and start their gym membership that unless they cancel, it's automatically going to renew.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So it's written into the contract that they have an auto renew and they have your banking information. I'd be canceling so quick and changing banks or changing account numbers and routing number super quick.
What do you mean?
So now the only way these customers are going to stop paying Planet Fitness is if they actually cancel their membership, which raises a question. What if they cancel because they still might, because again, they're probably statistically not using this service.
Poor bastard. It's got to be his big break. We've got to fuck with him.
And this is
Such a good movie. Such a good movie.
where their business model goes from genius to diabolical and shitty. In order to have them not cancel their membership, we're gonna make it as painful and monotonous as humanly possible. Step one, all of our memberships are going to have an annual membership fee that's gonna be $49 a year, and then you pay the monthly membership on top of that. Kind of like a credit card, which is probably why they call their premium membership the black card, because they're just ripping off Amex's business strategy. You know, because they charge an annual fee for their credit card, and then the fanciest Amex that you can have is the Amex Black Card. Now, obviously, charging
Makes sense, okay.
$50 up front and then charging the first month's fee is going to make it hard to get new members. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so it's only $1 when you come in to create your membership, but then every year after that, it's $49 billed immediately.
So $1 when you start and then $49 every year. Okay, cool. So you're paying $26 the first time, and then the next year you're paying 49 plus 20 or 25. So $74. Okay. Find that out. But how many people are going to remember that? Less than 1%.
And I know what you're thinking, why would this make people more likely to keep their membership if they're gonna start getting billed even more money? Well, it's because it's billed automatically, and remember, you've probably forgotten that you have this gym membership until you see a bigger charge on your card randomly for $50, and then you look into it and you're like, oh shit, I still have that gym membership. I need to go in and cancel that. So you call in, at which point they will inform you, oh, well, because you've had a membership, even if it's just 1 day so far this year, we're still charging you the annual fee for the membership. So we're not giving you back your $49, but you can still cancel your membership. However, because that membership 12-year contract automatically renewed, it's also a $58 buyout fee. Now,
so if you messed up, you forgot about it and went, oh shit, okay, let me cancel. You got cancel, so you have to pay the $49 no matter what. Okay. Then you have to pay, you're probably paying that $15 or $25 for the monthly. And then you also have to pay $58 for the buyout. So you're paying over $100 to cancel. What the Ooh, I'm the rage is building here.
it's damn near as expensive to cancel your membership as it is to just keep it. So most people are going to be like, fuck it, just keep it, and I'll remember in 12 months to cancel it then at the right time. You never will.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now, the other option is you're somebody like me, you kind of have an attitude problem, and when somebody screws you over, you just don't ever want to work with them again. Like, fine, I'll front the money, I'll pay it. I don't ever want to work with you ever again. That's fine. So you call in and try to cancel your membership. You're willing to pay all these fees to leave, and then you're informed you're not allowed to cancel your membership over the phone. You have to come into the gym to do it. But it can't just be any Planet Fitness. It has to be the Planet Fitness where you originally started your membership, which raises the question, what the fuck do I do if I move to a different part of the country? I have to catch a flight back to the previous location that I lived to cancel this membership? No, no, no. That would be outrageous. They have a remote option, and that remote option is to send them a certified letter requesting your cancellation, okay? Not send a letter, send a certified letter. For those of you that don't know what that means, you can't just grab a letter, put a stamp on it, put it in your mailbox, and lift the little flag up. No, 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 no. You gotta take your happy ass all the way to the fucking post office, and then they have to pay extra postage to have it be a certified letter to make sure they get it.
By the way, like certified mail is minimum like $5 if it's in the same state. And if you have to send it to another state, you have to do certified. Plus, you're going out of state, so you're probably going to pay for the insurance to note and the registration to note that it got to where it's supposed to go. So you're looking at like $40 for certified mail. Like, God, it's just more money just to cancel a fucking membership. What the fuck?
Oh, you're serious.
Remember, this is all by design. Make it as painful and monotonous as possible so they don't cancel their membership. So they just go, fuck it, I guess I'm just paying them $15 a month for the rest of forever because this is frustrating as shit. Okay, but that's not even the worst part. The worst part is, remember who their niche target audience is. At the end of the day, I'm not saying everybody at Planet Fitness is like this,
okay,
but a
disclaimer.
significant portion are, because this is who they cater to. A significant portion of the people that go to Planet Fitness experience extreme social anxiety. Remember, they're marketing to people that are so self-conscious and so socially anxious that they can't fathom lifting weights in a room where somebody big and strong is also lifting weights because they're fearing that they're going to get judged and that's going to make them feel bad. And now the only way to cancel this membership is to go in person and be confrontational with a person, which is something they're not likely to do. Again, making it extremely unlikely that somebody's going to cancel their membership.
Outside bad. The sun's scary. It's He's not my friend. He wants to hurt me. Safer.
And this finally answers my original question, why the fuck do you need my banking information? Put yourself in their average customer's shoes. You have extreme social anxiety. You do not like confrontation with other people, especially in person. You do not want people having negative thoughts towards you. You loathe that feeling. And now you're stuck in a situation where you can either pay them $15 or $25 a month or put yourself through that, or there is a third option. You could just cancel the debit card or credit card or report it stolen, then they won't have your info anymore, and then they can't bill you, membership terminated, and that's why they want your bank account information, so you can't even fucking do that. Now,
change bank routing numbers, change banks, everything. Call your bank, be like, don't let them charge me anymore. Something like that. Like, and banks are really cool about going, yeah, okay, we'll stop that. You're saying no, so it's a denial. We'll just deny it.
now you are forced into one of two options. Option A, you jump through all their bullshit hoops that they've manufactured to make sure are as difficult and monotonous as possible, and then finally cancel your membership. Or B, you go and call your bank and tell them, quit giving my money to Planet Fitness, at which point Planet Fitness can legally still charge you internally and then send it off to collections on their behalf. This issue became so bad that
they can do, sorry, what? I'm reverse. We're going back.
Planet Fitness, at which point Planet Fitness can legally still charge you internally and then send it off to collections on their behalf.
I don't think that's legal. Especially with how difficult it is to cancel. Legally, you can't do that. Federal Trade Commission announces final click to cancel rule, making it easier for consumers to end reoccurring subscriptions and memberships. Okay.
This issue became so bad that the FTC finally stepped in. They tried to pass a law that's still pending, basically saying gyms can't.
You don't hate our government enough. You don't hate our government enough. Saying.
Can't do this shit. So Planet Fitness has since added an option where you are allowed to cancel your membership online. Obviously, they've made it as difficult as humanly possible to find, so difficult in fact that if you YouTube how to cancel your Planet Fitness membership, there's multiple videos with tens of thousands of views. And when you read the comments, a lot of them say,
that's ridiculous.
This doesn't work. I've been trying to cancel my Planet Fitness membership for over a year. One of the top comments even said they had to get a lawyer to send a cease and desist to get Planet Fitness to stop billing their account, and they still haven't done it, and he's planning on taking them to court and suing them.
Good. Like, maybe that'll make them think, but seriously, like, you gotta start threatening them with lawsuits, especially if they're willing to just throw your shit to collections, which legally, if I tell the bank they are not allowed to charge me anymore, and then they go, oh, well, we're going to send it to collections, you have a lawsuit coming from me because I don't want to be a part of your thing anymore. I've tried to cancel it. You won't let me do it easily. You're asking for all these different fees, and I can't make it to where I started this. I'm telling my bank to stop giving you my money, and you're saying I'm going to collections. No, you're going to be paying me money. And you're going to be paying my lawyer money. Period. End of story.
And then, from what I'm able to gather online, apparently, because it's a franchise and different owners own different Planet Fitnesses, they can institute their own policy where even if you do cancel online, they still make you come in and cancel in person, meaning, what the fuck is the point? So yeah, that's the entire business model. Basically, we'll make a gym that functions like an HOA so we can filter out all the people that we don't want. Then, once we get all the people we do want that aren't confrontational, we'll make it as difficult as possible for them to ever leave.
Because here at Globo Gym, we're better than you. and we know it.
And that's why they can have 7,500 members per location, which originally didn't make sense, but it makes sense now. It's just a diabolical money printing machine. It was such a good idea. Create a place for non-gym people to go work out at the gym and become gym people where they didn't have to fear getting judged, which you don't have to fear that at 99% of gyms anyways.
100%.
But people feel that way. So they catered to those people. They wanted to get more people healthy and in the gym, and it's just the worst fucking execution and follow through you could possibly imagine. So needless to say, I will not be giving my banking information to Planet Fitness. Thanks for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch, maybe drink some Echelon. All that's over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. Okay, I was not anticipating doing a hit piece video. I don't enjoy doing these. It happened, okay? I don't know what to say. I'm gonna get fucking sued one of these days. See you later.
We love Nick. We love Nick, but oh my god, that just pisses me off. Oh, the blood's boiling. The blood's boiling. I'm like, ooh. See, now now I know why I'm like, I kept thinking like I should just do Planet Fitness. They're cheap. It's easy. Blah blah. I'm so glad I didn't because I would have been down at that gym like so quick after watching this. I would have been like, hey, hold on guys, I gotta pausing stream for a little bit and then just gone. Coming back. Okay, it's done. I'm down $180, but fuck it. You know? Like, oh my god. That's I get where Nick's coming from too, because you don't want to do a hit piece, but he's calling out bad practices, and it's not a hit piece when you're calling out bad practices. And we really should be calling out bad practices when we see it. So, but everyone, that was the Fat Electrician. This was the Fat Files about Planet Fitness. I'm gonna go find the Golden Gym, if those are still around anymore.